It is pouring down outside. We are feeling the effects of Hurricane Debbie, and I thought I would take this time to catch up on some inside tasks, particularly in my kitchen. Summer is always a really busy time for us because we have so much coming out of the garden, and there's a lot of harvesting and a lot of preserving to get prepared for the winter. The days are really long. And so I particularly enjoy those rainy days where I can't get outside, and it gives me an opportunity to catch up on other tasks like drying elderberries. This year our tree gave us a ton of elderberries, and so I have been busy taking the fresh elderberries from the bushes and drying them in our dehydrator. And we love elderberries. We're a family of 8, and we're going to need a lot of elderberries because those elderberries go into oatmeal, elderberry tea, elderberry syrup, and elderberry gummies. And so we want to preserve every last little berry for the winter. I always have multiple things going on in my kitchen. It is a workhorse, and so today is no different, especially with the rain outside. My neighbor had dropped off a bunch of extra tomatoes from his garden, and so I decided it was a good time to go ahead and get those tomatoes into the jars and onto the shelf. I also decided to make a pot of ketchup from my cherry tomatoes in the garden, and that is also on the stove, and I will can that a little bit later once it finishes cooking. We also have a lot of figs coming out from our fig tree. We have a large fig tree and are so blessed to have a ton of figs, and I am able to usually can about 20 to 30 jars of fig jam for my family each year. And again, these figs were piling up in the fridge. I know I needed to get them in the jars. I just didn't have the time to do it. So this rain was the perfect time for me to make the fig jam. If you haven't seen my video on how to make blueberry jam, check that out. And in that video, I introduced Pomona's Universal Pectin. It's the only pectin I use in my jams for a lot of reasons. For one, it's all natural. I know the ingredients going in it. For two, I can use very, very little honey in my recipe. And for three, I don't have to boil my fruit to death in order for it to gel. And I like that because I want to keep as much of the nutrients as possible in there. And so if you are not familiar with Pomona's Universal Pectin, I will put a link in the description for that. If you would like this fig jam recipe, I will also put a link in the description to my website where I have this recipe down. It is my favorite, absolute favorite recipe. It's not too sugary. It's not, it's just got the perfect amount of sweetener to enhance the figs. And I've really been pleased with it. I've been doing it for years now, and it's absolutely delicious. starting to look good and things are finishing up. I am almost done with my jam. I just need to put it in the jars, and then I am going to call it a day because all work and no play makes mommy a dull mommy. And so now that I have finished all of my work, I hear that there is a lovely creek on the side of our house thanks to the rain, and my kids are enjoying playing in the creek. And so I wanted to head out there and just capture a little bit of the rain.